President Biden, when he was a candidate, said there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration. Yeah. So what changed?
We are not finishing the wall.
House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre is saying that the administration will not be finishing the border wall. That, of course, contradicts this headline from the New York Post, which has the White House saying it's completing more sections of that wall. Let's break this down with New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Once a Democrat, now a Republican. He's fighting back against this. Congressman, it's great to have you with us. You know, this administration saying that this wall is to prevent migrants from hurting themselves. Are you buying that?
No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the whole thing. I think they're nervous because the election is coming up. So they're deciding maybe they'll do a piece of the wall, at least in the Arizona area. The truth is, it's the gang that can't shoot straight. They say one thing, they do another. One day they tell you something, the next day they tell you something else. What the hell is the real truth here? What do you really want to say? What are you really going to do? We know what we want. We want the wall built. We want strong borders. We want those that get across to be sent back to Mexico. We know the strategy that should take place. It did take place about 2 years ago, and it was working well. Now it's time to do the same thing again. But I don't think that's really what he's going to do. Yeah, this president and this majority Congress are trying to appeal to everybody all at once. They're trying to appeal to the woke left-wing people. They're trying to appeal to people that are more moderate. All that, not that much, because they're not doing a very good job with that. And you know what the best thing to do is? Take care of our country and tell the truth.
Well, as the saying goes, you end up trying to please everyone and you end up pleasing no one. But correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas admit to congressional lawmakers that the administration, the halting of the construction at the border wall was something that was costing money?
It does. So he absolutely did when you had to squeeze it out of him. I mean, he appeared before our committee. I'm on the Homeland Security Committee. And, you know, the bottom line is we have a contract with the company that, you know, manufactures this stuff and supplies it. And they're supplying it. So if we use it, which we should, great. If we don't use it, we still have to pay for it. So here's the real hurtful part for the American taxpayer, because this president and this majority doesn't even use it. We've got the worst of all worlds. It's just laying there. It's not being used. And yet we're still paying for it with, guess what? Your American tax dollars.
And tell me a little bit about your legislation right now. There's a new push to issue IDs to anyone who arrives via the southern border. However, you're drafting legislation to block taxpayers from paying for that. Walk us through it.
This is the most unbelievable of all. So, you know, it's kind of ironic to me that people say, well, if you want some sort of an ID card for people to go and vote to make sure they are who they really are, or for whatever instance, that's racist and that's terrible. But now this super left-wing administration and others want to produce an ID card that will entitle illegals to food, to medication, to a place to live, also for legal information and legal care and legal help. And someday, we all know it, and the ones that tell the truth tell you, entitling them to vote. That's ridiculous. It's your tax dollars. We're spending not only the money to produce the cards, but we're spending the money to produce all these services, which we just can't afford. We can't even take care of our own Americans. What are we doing? It is bizarre. So I have a bill that simply says you can't do it. You can't spend tax dollars on that card and those types of activities.
Congressman, what kind of legislation or perhaps what kind of inquiries do you think we'll see if Republicans do gain a majority of both the House and the Senate in November?
So we're going to see a lot. And yet I don't want to see so much that we're not getting things done. I do want us to put through bills that, you know, literally say the wall's got to be rebuilt and we've got to keep our borders. I do want to do bills that really make sure that we take care of our police, take care of our Army and military, that increase, actually decrease inflation and increase the supply chain for America, where we keep those jobs and that manufacturing there. So those are all good things, and many, many more that we need to do. But in the middle of that, we need to investigate what's going on with Hunter Biden, what's going on with his father, what really did happen there, because we've never gotten to the truth. And we've got to get to the truth on a whole host of other issues as well. The way that our government is being run right now is just not legal and not appropriate, and we're going to bring the rule of law back to America.
And of course, as you mentioned that, I can't help but think of some of the whistleblowers that came forward from the FBI to Senator Chuck Grassley, talking a little bit about the investigations that have perhaps been suppressed by the FBI and the Justice Department as well. So I imagine that'll be part of that too. New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew, thank you.
Thank you much. Take care.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. I want to tell you about the Patriot Gold Group. But first, let me tell you that the S&P has already lost $8.2 trillion in 2022. Did you know that? Peak inflation is not even hit despite the Fed rate hikes on groceries, on gas. You know it as well as I do. Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs are warning of another 20% drop. Inflation is winning in a knockout right now. The Fed is going to raise rates again at the end of July. Meanwhile, Goldman, Wells Fargo, and Bloomberg are all forecasting gold to surpass all-time highs. If you want to invest in gold, call 888-936-2373 now. Call the Patriot Gold Group today and ask about their no-fee-for-life IRA. Sounds like a good deal, don't it? Here's the number, 888-936-2373, 888-936-2373 for the Patriot Gold Group.